Hello, everybody. Hope
Hello.
everybody's had a really good day. I know there's been some nasty little storms running around today, so hope everybody's safe.
Mhm.
My friend up in West Virginia, she talked to me all morning long, and they had tornado warnings and all kinds of stuff. And she said, I spent so much time underneath, 15 minutes underneath a table. I mean, she
Oh,
was really having
Wow,
some
that's scary.
nasty little boogery ones, and she showed me pictures of her road and everything, and like it was, you could barely see cars. I mean, it flooded like really fast, and she said that was just from like 10 o'clock in the morning. Whenever then she sent me the picture around noon or something like that, so they had like
Wow.
a big rain. So
Wow.
wow.
Crazy, crazy.
and so Pat was nice to stop in here and say, good evening, everyone. I'm exhausted. I did household chores today along with doing laundry. I had tried to listen 3 times to an audiobook, but I went to sleep. So happy reading and good night. So, but
Hope you
she
feel
said,
better, Pat.
don't forget to
Pat.
thumbs up. This is for Pat. You know?
Thank you,
Thank you,
Pat.
Pat, and have a good night.
Yeah.
And then I popped in and said night. Barbara said, happy Monday. If anyone wants zucchini muffins or banana muffins, I got you. Made 3 dozen, or made 4 dozen each. Oh, wow. Plus macaroni salad. You go,
Love
girl. You're like
yummy.
busy.
Delicious.
Though, I mean, I have 5 zucchinis in the refrigerator I need to do something with. So I'm thinking zucchini bread probably is
There you
going to
go. Plan.
And PK says, hi, reading Hard Knocks by Nathan Lowell. It's the sci-fi. I love this author.
Excellent.
And Amy says, hi, everyone. I'm starting Red Velvet Revenge by Jen McKinley tonight. Cool.
Nice.
I think I read that one. I'm not sure. I think.
Anita!
Hi, everyone. A long time no see.
Oh,
Hi.
it's so good to have you home.
How are you doing?
How are you feeling?
So happy
Oh,
that
look,
you're
there's Pat. So Tiffany had spaghetti with meat sauce and garlic knots for dinner.
excellent. Excellent.
Sounds good.
And Cajun says, hi, all. Reading Flared Stiff. Bonnie and Clyde, number 5. I finished number 2 in the Christmas Tree Farm. If I start the first pace at price, I'll have my own Julie and Lindsay.
Nice. Well done. Now you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
Nadine says, hi, everyone. I'm still reading The Long Way Home by Louise Penny. It's number 10 in the Armand Gamache. And at Barb says, where do we submit our muffin order?
Yes. Agreed.
And I just have to say thank you, Dresden, for opening the door so all the heat can come in. She must have wanted some water. Her water bowl's in the other room. So.
She's thirsty.
Yeah. Cajun says, Anita, hi, Anita. Hope you're doing okay. It's so good to see you. And it says, Anita says, I'm reading Pink Lemonade Cake Murder by the author who shall not be named. a lot of people have read that. So how are you liking it? Because we've had some thoughts.
There's been some mixed comments.
I read it last week.
I was gonna say, did you get to it? Okay, I didn't know if you had gotten to it yet or not.
I read
Did
it
you
last
like
week.
it, or was it kind of Or?
I mean, it
is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's about on par for what we, I feel like we had been getting. I don't know. I mean, the cliffhanger wasn't what I like. Everybody was talking about a cliffhanger. I was expecting something completely
way different.
And
but cozy mysteries in general are not supposed to end with any kind of cliffhanger.
Well, no, I didn't. Yeah, I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to. Yeah,
it's okay. I'm not invested enough to want to know anyway.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, I love Hannah. I just feel like she's veered off track a little in her life.
It's like visiting with an old friend and you're like, really? That's what you're doing now?
And they're all talking about things that you should be impressed with, and you're like, I'm not that impressed.
Sure.
And Barbara says they're all Costco size too.
Now you're just teasing us. Come on.
Right?
Hi, Fuss Free Book Gal says, hi, sprinting between the blue stockings and Miss Benson's beetles tonight.
Nice.
And Alicia says, hello, everyone. Currently reading Dark Corners by Megan Golden. Thriller just started. It's a good thing you said started. I was about to ask you how you liked it because I think that is the sequel to The Night Swim, isn't it? I think. And I like The Night Swim. So. Nita said, at Cajun, hi, I'm doing okay, just sore. Danielle says, hi, everyone. I'm going to be reading A Rule Against Murder by Louise Penny again tonight. Do we have another? Because then we
might have a second bingo.
There you go.
And Sherry says, hi, everyone. Tonight, physically, I'll be working on my Tom Petty book. We're listening to Someday We Will Fly.
Excellent.
Hi, Courtney says, today I'm switching between Killer Instincts by Jennifer Lynn Barnes and Amazing Chen's Last Chance by Lisa E. That's
Awesome.
Cool. I read the first book in that Jennifer Lynn Barnes series, like when it first came out, like a long time ago. I really liked it. And then it happens like everything else.
She never moved on to book 2.
Never moved on.
Your life story.
Yeah. And so I'm listening to her talk about it and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to have to like read the first one again so that I can like continue on because I did like it. And Bar says, I'm on page 1 of Magical Midlife Madness. There we go.
Oh, cool.
And Nadine says to Anita, I gave up on that series, but I'm so tempted to get it from the library just to see what the cliffhanger ending is that everyone is talking about. And Calico Wesley says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Summer Slope Sabotage. It is book 3 in the Luna Lanchette Cozy Mystery Series. I've never heard of that one. I like it because it takes place in Colorado ski resort town like mine. Oh, there you go. That's Tiffany buzzword right there.
Look at her face. She's like, I'll be right back.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna try to look it up by Luna's Lunchette Cozy, but I would like to know who the author is. Calico, you just made my day. Excuse me for 1 minute.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Let me know if you need me to put it back up there where you can see the title or something. And Fuss Free Book Gal says, Courtney Hill, how are you liking Amazing Chen? I finished it last night and really enjoyed it.
I found it right away. It's by Nikki Hensley.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is a big ski resort.
I was like, there is resort in the title, so I know she's going to.
She's all about it.
Right here.
And Cass says, I just have an hour left on my audiobook, Murder at the Mena House, and I'm really loving it. Cool.
Awesome.
I don't know that one either. Anita says, I'm determined to read the entire series. Yeah, there are some of those sticklers for that. Yeah, you know, I'm okay with DNF in a series, but there are some that must read the whole thing. I think Elizabeth is.
I've quit multiple series. The only reason I haven't quit this one is because it was the
Nostalgia.
First series I ever read. So I feel like I owe something to that series. I know it's not real. It's made up in my head, but I'm just like, I just feel some sort of loyalty for
it's a bookish quirk.
To Joanne Fluke or something for, introducing me to cozies or something silly like that. I don't know.
Oh, Tiffany, sorry. Did you look at the series? Because there's 3 books. That's the 3rd book, that Summer Slope. The 2nd book, wait for other buzzwords. Spring Fair Fatality.
I know. I'm so excited. I might start.
They're all on KU.
I think I might start this as a next week or something.
Or now
on the cover. So, I could read the first one, and then I could read the second one real quick, and then use it as the fair for the scavenger hunt fair prompt. See, so Calico forced my hand to read this series.
Yeah, there you go. You twisted your arm.
Yeah, how she got there.
So funny.
And Tina says, hello, y'all. I'm still reading Hideaway by Nora Roberts and Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I really just need to get on finishing them. First, I'm probably going to be filming a video. Yay!
Nice.
Nice.
And Courtney said to Fuss Free Gal that this is my second book by Lisa Yee, and I really like her writing. This book is really good and fast paced. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm gonna have to check that one out because I love my middle grade. And so Nadine says to Nadine says to Anita, I totally get that. I wanted to do that too, but I just couldn't get past 27. Yeah. Barb said, "We're still
Waiting.
And Jessica Ann says, hello, everyone. I'm reading The Passenger. And Annie says, hi, everyone. Reading The Murder of Mr. Wickham by Claudia Gray. Yay. I like that one. I gave it like 4.5 stars. And I don't think you need to necessarily have read all the Austins to read it, but I do think that you get little pieces of things that you've read in it because you can tell the authors read them all.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that Emma's a matchmaker, so she's trying to matchmake again. And like that. And
Jessica Ann, who is The Passengers by? I'm just curious if it's the one by John Mars.
I was going to say, I think it's the John Mars.
I think it is. Yeah.
And Hi Bev says, hello. I will be reading Live and Let Chai. I'm really enjoying it. Cool.
And there's our Julianne Lindsay bingo for today.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that was, yeah.
Good point.
And Ginger says, hi, everyone. Still reading Cheddar Off Dead. Doctor's appointment. Well, said diabetics is affecting my hearing and too much salt. Exercise 30 minutes a day.
How was your wrestling show over the weekend? I'm curious, Ginger.
Well, Ginger, even if you didn't hear maybe what you wanted, hopefully you heard something that will make it better by following those things. So hope you're figuring it out because I know that's hard.
I'm going to read a couple more and then we'll get into a reading sprint. So Hi Cat says, hey ladies and everyone, I'm reading Nightstone by Rick Hautala. I'm not sure. It is my paperback from Hell for Garbargus for this week's thing. Cool.
You're less of a scaredy cat than I am. Because I wasn't reading a paperback from Hell.
And says, Amy says, I'm way behind in Melmax read along with Jen McKinley books. I may catch up to everyone eventually. Don't worry, I'm behind because I haven't even started the Hat one. So, and I think we're on book 2 of that one, so I haven't done that one. And Anita says, I'm feeling sore and tired, but blessed because I'm alive, taking a break from NetGalley and just reading what I want to read.
Good for you.
Well done, Anita. That's exactly. Yes.
And Val says, hello. I may split my sprints between Phantom Evil and Pies and Prejudice. I saw that and I was like, oh, Phantom Evil.
Because guess what I'm starting tonight?
Oh, Phantom Evil. Wow. And I need to just finish them. Yeah, I seen that you talk about that. We're reading number 4 this month. And so
I'll catch up.
I was like, before we get to another one, you could probably catch up to it. So.
I probably can get, like the first 3. Yeah.
So. Okay, I didn't look for any pretty things. I don't know if Sarah's got one or you can know.
Real quick, I just want to say I saw Occasion's message that's next. Yeah, no, it wasn't. I was just hearing it all over the place. It wasn't anything necessarily you said. I was just saying that in my head, I thought that the cliffhanger was going to be something way different. That's all. But I do have a funny book story today, real quick, and I have to tell you because. So I picked up our groceries today. I pick them up every Monday from Walmart. I do the pickup. They come, put it in your trunk. You go. So I'm listening to my book, and I'm listening to The Billionaire, and it's the really spicy romance I was telling you all about. So this guy's putting this stuff in my trunk, and he comes up to give me the eggs, and he goes, you know that your stereo leads to the trunk? Because it was like in a really spicy scene. And I was like, I just tried to play it off. I was like, yeah, oh, okay. Like I didn't, and I was like, I was so mortified, but I just didn't want him to think I thought anything of it. I was like, okay. Like,
that's hilarious.
Oh my God. I will now always remember that the stereo Barely hear it through the trunk.
And did you enjoy it, sir? Are you looking for a recommendation?
Right?
Oh
Should
my
have told
God.
him the name of the book and the author. Been like,
Yeah.
here you go.
And if you would like to get a copy for yourself,
There you go.
Real quick, because I forgot. What is everybody reading? So
I'm reading the Billionaire.
yeah, I just read it. What are you
We
reading?
know what you're reading.
And then I'm also on audio for Cozy Mysteries listening to Glimmer of Death, which is the first in the Odessa Jones series. And then on ebook, I am reading Perm to Death, which is the first in the Hair Salon Cozy Mystery series by Nancy Cohen.
excellent.
I am 82% in The Lying Club by Annie Ward. So I'm trying to finish that today.
Sarah.
I ditched everything I was reading because nothing was interesting me today. Like, I didn't want to read any of the things. So I'm going back to an old standard. Like I said, starting Phantom Evil tonight on audio. And then I picked up an older Harlequin that I might read this one on the second sprint, Love Changes by Barbara Breton. Just for funsies, you know. The other books I just was meh, you know. So that's what I'm reading. What about you, Storm?
That happens. I think I may start out with the Gilded Web by Mary Baylaw. I haven't gotten very far in this one. I did finish my historical romance that I was listening to, so now I just got these two going. I know my friends like, how can you keep them all straight? I'm like, well, they each got like different things going on in them, so.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might listen to my ebook. I have a middle grade called Nightmare Island by I cannot pronounce the name. Sakira, maybe Sakira Born. I don't know. I'm bad with names, but yeah, it's one that I had on anticipated reads at one point, and so yay, there's an audio. So
There you go.
And I found something that said thunderstorm for you, Storm.
all right.
Perfect. Ooh,
Oh, and we'll be reading till top of the hour for anything.
awesome. Happy reading.
Yeah,
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
Good. I was going back and forth trying to do some errand type of evening stuff. So, but I may or may not have got the first book in the series that I forced my hand by Calico. I'm just saying. I don't want to blame anybody, but I'm just saying Calico just kind of, you know.
Twisted your arm.
But I may or may have not put it on my Kindle so that I'm ready for it as soon as I finish my other book.
Nice.
How about you?
I got to 90%. I had 2 minutes left in the chapter, but you know when there's about to be a mic drop at the end of out of a chapter, you're like, no, I want to wait for it. So I stopped it.
So are you reading a thriller?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And what was it again? The
Lying Club by Annie Ward.
I haven't heard of that.
I didn't either. My buddy Reed, partner Sharon, she picked it out, and I was just like, dude, you don't even need to tell me what it's about. We'll just read it. It's fine.
I was going to say, does she pick out pretty good ones?
Yes.
Good.
Most of the time, I'm like, you could just have my turn. Just pick whatever you want to read, and I'll read it.
me and my friend were like, we're not very good at this because we haven't had very good luck this year. And that's why I was like, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden got 4 stars just for the fact that it was better than all the other ones.
Right. Where we're doing so good, it's like, oh, we gave it a 4. Can you believe it practically sucked? Because all of our other books were like 5 stars. So, like, even at our worst, it's still really good.
Oh, wow.
Like, I DNF'd one of our choices. I gave one, like, 2 stars. I gave one 3 stars, I think is, like, the highest. Most of them for her have been about either 2 or 3 stars. So we both gave The Housemaid 4 stars because we're like, out of all the picks, it's, like, the best one, so it just gets 4. That's funny. And we were kind of curious about the second book because it has a sequel. So, yeah.
The Housemaid does?
Yeah, The Housemaid's Secret.
Oh.
And the Bookature had it on sale for like 99 cents. And so I told Barb, I said, it was on sale for 99 cents, so I got it. So I'm prepared for like future buddy read or whatever. Since it was 99 cents, I just went ahead and got it.
There you go.
How'd you do, Sarah?
2.5 chapters through Phantom Evil. And I forgot it's not Luke Daniels narrating the first one. I start listening and I'm like, oh.
I know. I did the same thing whenever I was listening. I was like, wait, when did Luke Daniels come into this? Because this is not the same guy.
Well, the other thing, too, was that originally I was going to borrow it from Scribe, right? And I was looking and I'm like, why is it only 5 hours long? It's the abridged version. I'm like, what the hell is this?
You have on there, you have to be careful because they'll have like a couple of different versions and you'll have to make sure that you're getting the right one.
So I used a credit on Audible because it was worth it, and I will reread this book eventually again. You know what I mean? Presley, can you please pick a spot to sit? I don't want to see
my tail.
Yeah, and I'm seeing something completely different.
Right.
At least we're just getting the tail.
Yes.
Can you please sit, sweetheart? Thank you.
So I got to
people
pay.
want to see me.
You have to pay 66 of The Gilded Wed by Mary Baylor. This one is from, I think, like 1980 something. 1989. Okay, I have a question, because maybe I'm just being stupid. I don't know. But how does somebody look good-humored?
I'm trying to.
How do they look? Good humor.
Have a good humor.
Don't I look funny?
They said that they're handsome guys, but she keeps the lady just describing them as, well, he looks as good humored as his brother did. So I mean, and it's like, he looks good humored, and I'm like, does that mean he's like got a funny face, or that he looks like he could smile, or what? Because I'm like, they're not happy because they're the two brothers. It was the one brother's fault because he kidnapped this lady, or had his friends kidnap the lady, because they were supposed to be kidnapping his twin sister, because he was wanting to make sure that she didn't run off and elope. But they got the wrong person. So she's been in his older brother's house all night long, so she's compromised.
Oh my.
So
Jeez.
so somebody's got to marry her, right?
Now, yeah, sure.
And so the elder, that was his house, so he's like, but she refuses him. She's like, I'm not gonna marry you. There was nothing wrong. We didn't do anything. I was just tied up in your bed, but nothing happened. And so, but she described him as being good, as looking good humored.
We've all been there, haven't we, ladies?
Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
And
The regular Thursday.
Right.
and then the other brother goes to, well, he's going to have to do it because it was his fault. So he's going to go and but she's like, I don't understand why you guys are asking for my hand, because surely people are going to see that it's not my fault that, or whatever. But it's like, he goes, have you been in society lately? Because she's really innocent, because her father's like a tyrant. And so she hasn't really been out very much and everything. And so she doesn't know the way of the society and the gossip and all that stuff. But she's going to learn real quick. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, they're good. They look good humored. And I keep thinking, I'm like, it must be the terminology from back then or something, because it's 1989. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure out. Because it says, when you look up good humored, it's like cheery or whatever. But I'm like, these guys are having to come and ask for your hand. I don't think they're cheery. They don't sound like they're cheery. They're doing
And they don't want to.
Yeah, the younger one, he's in love with this other lady, but he's going to stop her just to marry this other lady, and stuff. So I don't think he would be good humored.
No.
So I'm like, I'm confused. I don't know what good humored
That's
is.
hilarious.
Maybe they'll think twice before they tie up another woman in their bed.
Exactly.
Make sure they get the right woman whenever they're,
Well,
it was his two friends that done it, Well, she had a cloak on. And everybody says it's her fault for walking by herself. She shouldn't have been outside walking by herself.
Because back then it was always her fault, regardless of what happened.
Right.
So, because she's like, it's not my fault that somebody kidnapped me, but yeah, it is to everybody else. So
Too much.
And Amy says, I stopped at the wedding cake murder by the author that shall not be named. You guys make me fearful to pick it back up again. And Jessica Lynn says, hello, everyone. Tonight I'll be starting the first Babysitter Club Super Special.
Yay!
Babysitters on Board. Super excited to start these. I've never read the Super Specials.
Oh, it's a good one
That
too.
is
It's a
fantastic.
cruise one, right? Yeah. It's
The
a good
cruise
one.
ship.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it's crazy how much I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mallory
it
will
says
sigh.
it is the sequel to Night Swim. I really like Night Swim. I also think this one might be even better. Fingers crossed. Well, I hope so. And Cajun says, I could do with some magic in my midlife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Hi, Lisa says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Why Didn't They Ask Evans by Agatha Christie. Planning on watching the BritBox adaptation after I finish school.
Excellent.
Amy said, I recently watched the new Hallmark movie of the Hannah Swenson books. I don't remember her having so many bakers in the cookie jar in the books. I thought it was just Hannah and Lisa as the bakers. Yeah.
True.
Well, as she got, better and better at it, she had to get more people. She's solving all these crimes. She has to have somebody working.
She needs some help. The business isn't going to run itself.
Right.
In the books, it really is only described as Hannah and then her assistant, Lisa.
And Jesse E says, hello, everyone. I'll listen to 20 Years Later by Charlie Donnelly while I crochet an Afghan for my son. Sarah, I couldn't stop listening to it for sure. So far.
It was so good.
I was going to say, that sounded like the one that you just read.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the one that I just finished. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about it because you made it because you're like that last little bit was like in the.
I'm telling you, the last 20% was just like, what? And it's on Kindle Unlimited. So,
So Calico says that Nikki Hensley is the author of the Luna Lunchette series, but caution, the food she makes will make you really hungry.
Oh, excited.
There you go.
And then Jessie E said that she gave it 5 stars.
Oh,
Nice.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it was for the John Mars book. I enjoyed that one, so I hope you do.
And DeShannon said, a bit late. I've been putting up garden produce all day, so I'm going to work on YouTube book chat edit and reading Agatha Christie's Appointment with Death. Y'all keep me focused. All right.
Yay, it's good
Get
to
some
see
work
you.
done. And Tina says, I'm really excited to start The Death of Mr. Wickham. I haven't read any Jane Austen books or watched any movies.
Oh, so Tina, there's 2 of us in the world. Excellent. I can't say that. I've read a couple of them, but
I haven't. I don't think. Pride and Prejudice, is that by Jane Austen?
Yeah.
Then I've read one. Okay.
I mean, I watched Clueless, and it's a remake of Emma, so I think
Yeah.
that counts.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a remake of Emma, so yeah.
Mhm.
And Ginger said, did not have one this weekend. It is this weekend.
Oh, okay.
And it says, I read all the Austen books, so I'm enjoying the reunion and how they've all grown and changed. See, I don't know how I felt about that part. I had a really hard time with the fact that they're older. So, like, the Darcys have been married for like 20 years or whatever, and their son is like, in his late teens, early 20s or something like that or whatever. And they're, having some marital issues because of a death and, all this strife and things, like, things that happened as they would age, and they're not quite that lovey-dovey little couple from like the book. And so it was really weird because like in the Captain Wentworth, he's very grumpy because he had some money problems happen and all these things, and so it's like, no, not my Captain Wentworth. And stuff. So that was kind of weird. So
It's a double-edged sword when they write these books that are like, because you in your mind, it's like the characters had this happen. And, but then somebody else writes, it's like, oh, well, should that, you know what I mean? You want to know, but you don't know.
And like the author, and it does happen in life. Like there's a death in the family, like one of, a sister or something like that, or there's a son or something, and so to make them how they are and how they're acting to be so far. And like, I think the one that's kind of closest to everything is like Marianne and Colonel Brandon had only been married for 5 months. So that one's the closest ones to them being the age they were, whatever the story. Or whatever, so.
Well, without spoiling, that was my issue with the last Seaside Cafe.
Oh, the aging up of, yeah.
Yeah, just end the book, Julianne. I love you dearly, but just end the book.
See, and I kind of liked how they did that.
Right?
How Ellen Byron did that in her Cajun Country series.
Yeah.
And so
I enjoyed her wrap up of the Cajun Country. The epilogue was.
We'll have to see how I feel about it whenever I get to the end of the Seaside Cafe, because I haven't got there yet. And Sherry says, I could work on my Heather Graham book and we could have a Heather bingo.
Yes.
And Cajun says, that's too funny to think about the grocery guy.
I will remember that from now on.
Or make sure when the grocery guy is there, you've got a cozy mystery on.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do is I'll listen. Yeah.
And Melmac says, hi, Stormy. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Lee. Hi, everyone. I forgot about sprints, but then I remembered I'm still reading Sleep.
Sigh.
Well, maybe by the end of the year, Melmac. Maybe by the end of the year.
It's so good to see you. How's Wuthering Heights?
Yeah.
Oh, I
think she mentioned that she's going to have to restart that one.
We're happy you're here. I'm happy to see
Hi,
you.
Melissa V says, hi, everyone. Happy reading.
Hey, Melissa.
And then Melmac says, I forgot a lot of things. I just remembered I still haven't created discussion channels for the August Buddy readings. I'll be doing that very soon. I apologize to those who are looking for them.
It's life happens.
Yeah.
Yes. And you do a lot, Melmac.
Right.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hi, Sonia says, hi, everyone. Great to see everyone.
Hello.
Melmac says to Bev, hi, Bev. How are you?
Come on.
And Bev says, Melmac, I'm doing well. I am down to 2 jobs in school. I'm trying to have a good balance going. I hope to be more involved in Discord and sprints. How are you? Melmax, as a reminder to anyone who is interested to sign up for the Cozy Mystery Trivia Contest on Killing Time with Cozies. Yeah, she's wanting to do like an Agatha Christie like trivia contest or whatever. That's just on the Discord for just the Discord people. So if you're on Discord, and she's wanting to have teams so that she can have like team 1 goes into the voice chat thing and we do the trivia, and then team 2 goes in and does it and see who gets the most questions right or something like that.
All the trivia based upon Agatha Christie.
I don't think so.
Otherwise, I will be no help. So I haven't signed up because I haven't read any of them. I don't know.
No, I think it's cozy mystery stuff.
Oh.
Cozy things, but it's just since it's Agatha Christie's birthday in
Yeah.
September, and that's what she's wanting to do it for, I think.
Ooh, okay.
Might be a few Agatha Christie questions, but yeah. Probably ones that, like most people would know, like, what's her best known,
I was going to say, we all would have wanted Janelle on our team if that was the case.
Right?
Yeah, that would have been a good time for you. She would have.
Right?
Janelle and Donna from the
we'll have to see who signs up and ask anybody who's a diehard Agatha Christie fan. If there's more than one, we'll put one on each team.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
And DeShannon says, I love the Calm by Nature channel. I don't know any of those channels or anything. I don't watch that stuff. And Melmac says too, that doing good. I haven't been reading for a while. I just started again.
Yay.
And she's still on the same book that she just started, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Bev said to Melmac, that was the same for me. And Sonia said, made some zucchini and corn chowder, made burgers, and I'll be listening to 12 Slaves of Christmas while wearing a Christmas sweater.
I love it.
Have you started the 12 Slaves of Christmas? Where are you? Are you enjoying it? And I love corn chowder.
Yes. Well, she started it on your reading springs yesterday, I think. So she's been reading it.
I knew she had said that. I just didn't know how far she got.
But yeah. Are you drinking from your Santa cup? Because that
Peppermint tea.
And Dramini Forever says, hi everyone, still currently reading The Duke Alone by Christy Caldwell and Those Three Little Words by Megan Quinn. I've also started Fable Volume 7 by Bill Willingham tonight, all on KU.
Nice.
Excellent.
And Hermione is also reading Obsession, and I might start a Mills and Boone category romance as well. Go for it. There you go. Got them all going.
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad for having like several books on the go. And Jen says, hi everyone. I just got home from a little date night with supper with my husband. We went to local someplace and had nachos. I've been reading Dead of Winter tonight. Still
Nice.
Are you liking Dead of Winter? Because I don't know. I need to try more Darcy Coates because the one I tried I didn't like, and so I'm scared me off because I like. But everybody's like, I love this one and I love this one. I'm like, maybe I just started with the wrong one.
Okay.
And Ellen said, still reading. Photo finished about halfway through. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Val said, didn't read the entire sprint, so I only managed 4% of Phantom Evil, putting me at 44% overall.
Excellent.
Great. Yeah.
Sonia says to Jen, that sounds delightful. I love Mexican food. Sadly, Dan doesn't.
I know the feeling, Sonia.
Same here.
And Christy says, hi, y'all. I had an hour of work, but wanted to pop in to say hi and see y'all in a bit if you're still on.
Awesome.
And Amy said, I got to 10% of Red Velvet Revenge. And 3 chapters read. Cat and saying, made it to my stopping point goal for Nightstone for today. So I will be switching to fairy tales for the rest of the evening. And that's the Stephen King, I think, right?
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And Jen said this one, thank you. It was lovely. And Sherry's 15 pages and Courtney 16% in Killer Instinct. So good. And Cece's making me want to read it. Have you read that one, Lee?
No, but when you guys mentioned it, I looked it up so I could add it on. So I was like, oh.
I was going to say, because I know you like the Inheritance game really well. So, and I need to read that one too.
Yeah, so I
it's one of those books that keeps coming on and I push it back because I'm like, I'm not ready. I got too many books out already.
and I added it on because I was like, oh, that looks good.
And Purple Reinhardt's at 33%. Pat said, listening to the first 3 chapters of Rocky Road to Ruin by Mary Allen, the neighbors next door made a big batch of peach ice cream.
Ooh, yum.
And I'm wide awake now from all that sugar.
No doubt.
Peach ice cream sounds really good.
Mhm.
9%. And Anita says, hey, got 14%. I'm going to say goodnight. I have a doctor's appointment early tomorrow. Oh,
Hi,
good night.
Anita.
Hope everything goes well.
Good luck at the
It's so
doctors.
good to see you.
Yes.
And Jessica Ann's 18 pages and 10-minute nap. Well, there we go.
Ooh,
That's productive.
Very
Right?
productive.
Extremely productive.
And Sonia says, Bestie Tiff over here blaming people for buying books. I think I heard that song before.
Maybe you weren't here, but there was a lot of peer pressure on Calico's part. A lot. Or maybe I just wanted the book. It could be either.
Either way.
You just needed a good excuse to buy the book.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Danielle made it to 62%. I'm really curious about how it plays out. Yeah, usually when you get to about there, you're kind of invested most of the time. I very rarely DNF after I've made it that far because I figure if I made it that far, I might as well keep going. But I have done it, but very rarely. Jessica Lynn says I only read 20 pages and had dinner. A childlike dinner for hot dogs and mac and cheese. Wanted something quick. I was going to say, it sounds like a Sarah dinner, so that's
I
okay.
completely approve of this.
There you go.
And Sonia said to Jessica Lynn, I'm not mad at your dinner. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, agree.
Shane reads, it's late but here. And Tina says, the bridge version do not make any sense.
Right? Okay, and not that I'm saying, but if you're listening to it on audio anyway, does it really matter?
Right.
For War and Peace, maybe, but
Yeah, I was going to say, if the book is like, 500 pages or more, I can see making a bridge version. But when it's like something like Heather Graham's like Crew of Hunter series, when they're
I
like
don't
probably,
understand.
350 pages to 375 maybe or something.
Here we have an abridged version of the Babysitters Club. Like what the heck?
Right.
Christy came up with an idea. It was babysitting. The end.
Exactly.
Join
Exactly.
us for our next book.
And Shane says, I'm rereading Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie on chapter 6. I think I have an unpopular opinion about that book because that's the audiobook that I just finished and I didn't like it all that well. So, because they were having a buddy read of that one, so I thought, well, I'll try it. But yeah, I think it's about a 3-star. I mean, it was okay, but as my first Jennifer Ashley like romance, like I've read her Death Below Stairs or her Kate Holloway, however you want to say it, series, The Mysteries. I really, really love them. And I could tell she's a romance author because of how those are written. But I never actually tried a romance. That was my first one. And I was like,
Go on, buddy. Go for a walk. Go on.
But everybody in the chat's like, oh, I can't wait to reread it. I'm so happy to reread it.
I know. I hear so much about that book that it's so like, that's what's keeping me from reading it.
And DeSantis says, I feel like I rarely run across an abridged anymore than I've seen 2 in the last month. TVR.
Yep.
Yeah. Yup, scribed and abridged. Barb says, I can either confirm or deny that I went on Amazon and bought the Boxcar book and Little House on the Prairie. There you go.
Little House on the Prairie socks, Barb.
Oh, yeah, you're making those, yeah.
Like our sprint is complete.
Yep.
Right.
The purchase has been made.
And Sonia said, if someone looks good-humored, maybe they are wearing clown shoes.
Right.
Or maybe he had ice cream. That's an old
The
dress.
big glasses.
That's the thing.
See, and that's
Sonia,
the point.
that's exactly what I thought was the good-humored man. She said that.
Right.
Screaming.
He's got his arms crossed. He's looking out the window. He's there to propose marriage, and he doesn't even know who the girl is.
And he doesn't even want to propose to her. So
And he turns around, and she thinks he looks good-humored. And I'm like, I don't get it.
well, in the wake of it, he's taking it well. Maybe that's
Maybe.
his humor.
Yeah. And maybe that's it. He's taking
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's marrying someone he doesn't want when he's in love with another woman, he's not kicking and screaming. So maybe I guess he's good humored
Maybe
about it.
that's. I was just looking at the meaning of good humor, and it's like maybe it just means like he's tolerating it.
maybe. Yeah.
You know.
Okay. We're ready for another sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
And go ahead and sprint to the top of the hour again. Sarah's gonna pick us out something good.
I'm going to use the same one. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
back at the cabin.
It was pretty, so that's good. I like the bluish colored.
Yep.
I like the lights.
Yeah, and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Happy reading.
Happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do? How about you, Lee?
I got to 97%, but again, I stopped right before. I think we were about to find out like the big twist at the end. So I was like, stop myself right now. I got 5 minutes left in that chapter. So
It's so close to being finished.
yes. Yeah. How about you, Sarah?
I finished the chapter I was listening to in Phantom Evil, and then I started this Love Changes books by Barbara Breton. But I just tell me the book was published in the 80s without telling me the book was published in the 80s. John groaned and spread a heavy layer of sweet butter on his onion bagel. D, if I wanted lessons in nutrition, I'd call Richard Simmons. I like
Wait,
it.
so on that, hold on. So my one coworker, her and her brother are all into like conspiracy theories, and the conspiracy is that Richard Simmons used to wear headbands, but then at some point, the world erased all of that information, and now no, he never wore headbands.
One of those like Mandela effect things.
That's exactly what it is. Mandela effect. Yes.
Weird.
Yes.
I'm trying to think.
I immediately said yes, I remember, but she was like, "But the internet will tell you no."
Weird. That's so creepy.
I will do a research because I bought the entire because Richard Simmons is like my spirit person.
Not surprising.
I know. I absolutely
Color me surprised.
I
Right.
know. And I bought the entire Time Warner Classic or whatever was selling the entire collection of his Sweating to the Oldies, every single one he ever made as a collection on DVD. And this chick bought it. So I have all of them, and I will do research and let you know.
Okay.
I used to do those videos with my mom.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah.
So into the oldies and deal meals.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you do, Tiffany? Did you get any reading done or watch YouTube or what did you do?
I was watching YouTube. Yep. And then
I thought maybe because I know you're getting a little tired. So
yeah, that's exactly why. Yep.
So I made it to 70, page 78. So
Nice.
78, not too bad.
Is he good humored?
She's finding out that everything's not going to go the way she wanted and everything. But the guy is very nice. I have to say, for Edmund, I thought he was very polite. She's at this party and everybody's snubbing her, even her cousin or whatever it is. And he goes right up to her and starts talking to her and everything, grabs her arm, get her hand, kisses her hand, puts her hand on his arm or whatever it is, and says, I need to go meet the hostess. Why don't you come with me? And drags her around to go meet the hostess, who has been snubbing her too because, everything, and makes them talk to her and says how much that she's going to become his wife. He's trying to get her to become his wife or whatever it is and stuff. And he's really been really nice. I thought he rescued her again. So it's like, come on.
Yeah.
The guy's being really nice here.
Well, that's awesome.
Okay. So maybe he is good humored after all.
Maybe.
There you go.
Well, he's wanting to marry, but he was wanting to marry somebody of his choosing.
Well, I mean, as which isn't the
He
craziest notion to want to marry for love.
He had his sights set on this one lady that he'd been seeing and everything, but she doesn't want to marry. She just, entertained him. She didn't want to marry.
That's what they say. Which is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to go. But. And Tina says, I don't understand why you'd want an abridged audiobook.
Yeah.
The only time I'd want an abridged audiobook is if, like she said, like War and Peace or maybe the Count of Monte Cristo, because it's like 1,000 pages and they can condense it and take out a bunch of stuff and make it 600 pages.
Yeah. The Stand, put in much less walking.
Yeah, so the Stand, take out some of that walking.
Yeah.
Annie said, Barbara, I think your reading buddy will love those. Yeah,
Absolutely.
And Sonia said, Sarah, I want to see your cross stitch. I love the pattern.
This is why I stopped reading the book, because I was really, really annoyed. So there it is. It's a Halloween kind of a sampler. So you got like different words, and it's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but you got some ghost stuff. So over here, I was doing some stitching and realized I majorly screwed up, so now I need to take all of that out. So that's what I'm sitting here doing right now. And for anyone who cross stitches, they understand the pain that I'm in right now. It's not like knitting or crochet when you just go bloop.
Yeah, you have to pick out each one of them, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And it's like if you're quilting or something and you mess up and you have to pop.
Yeah, and I'm really thorough to make sure that those, like, the ends are woven in, so I'm just like
oh, how frustrating.
Yeah, that's frustrating. And Tina says, most of Nora Roberts' books have abridged versions, and that makes less sense. You want to cut out some of her beautiful writing? And then Free Book Gal says, ha ha ha, I was just tied up in your bed. Yeah.
happens to
Yeah, she was there like overnight, like she was parched. She couldn't hardly breathe. Like they tied her up and put a gag on, but they put it over the top of the hood thing or whatever it was. And
not the smartest of criminals, were they?
They were not. I mean,
They've
they
that before.
mistaken got the wrong person in the first place, and then so. And as you said, the dictionary says good humored is a synonym of friendly, affable, amiable, cheerful, and a long list of other words, which doesn't really, to me, fit a person in that.
Yeah,
it's a real shame it doesn't include clown shoes.
That situation.
And get this
ice cream.
Good humored is ill humored. Yeah, the opposite is ill humored. I would think he would look more ill humored than I would think that he would look good humored. Somebody says it's an honest mistake. You accidentally tied somebody up. It happens. I know. Yeah,
It's an honest mistake.
It really does. I can't tell you the number of times in a week.
Yeah, that you're walking out in the garden by yourself. It's night. It was dark or whatever. You're walking out there, and then all of a sudden somebody comes up from behind and just grabs you. It happens all the time.
All the time. All the time.
And tie you up and put you in a lord's place.
Right.
Who's got lots of wealth and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah.
I'm still waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Or romance novels have been lying to me my entire life.
Yes, they have. Barbara said to Sonia, all 5 do. The oldest, David asked, on the Little House books, are they from when you were a kid? I told them, your mom is calling for you.
That's funny.
Kids are delightful.
Sonia, Confessions. I've never read Jane Austen book unless Laura Levine's books count. Wait, she's Jane.
She is Jane Austen, just with an I.
Right. There you go.
It's okay, Sonia with an I. I've never read Anne of Green Gables.
I have never read either. Well, no, I've never read Anne of Green Gables either.
I did.
I did, but it's
worse for me because I'm Canadian. It's like part of my. I'm pretty sure it's on the citizenship test if I was coming into the country.
wow. Next time you want to cross over the border, you better make sure you think about these things.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Before they let you back in, they might be like, wait a second, we heard that.
So how is this thing done in hockey? What's your favorite kind of beer? And have you read Anne of Green Gables?
There you go.
Tina says, haven't watched Clueless either, but it seems a lot more interesting than any Jane book.
That is my favorite movie of all time.
I really like that one.
I like Clueless.
Yeah.
Rolling with the homes.
My niece watched it for the first time with her parents a few weeks ago, and she's like, it's so gross. She marries her stepbrother. And we're all trying to say, no. Like,
That's not it.
No, it's disgusting. No.
Oh, I liked that movie when I was a kid.
Lisa said, Tina, you don't have to read Austen books. I only read one Austen and truly didn't retain it. I am loving Murder of Mr. Wickham. Helps to listen and read at the same time, at least.
Mm.
There you go.
And Amy said, I watched Sense and Sensibility movie years ago, but I've never read any Jane Austen books. And my favorite Sense and Sensibility one is, since I know we have my favorites that I don't like watch the other ones because of, is the one with Alan Rickman as Colonel Brandon.
Mm.
And Jessica Lynn says, thanks, Sonia, with an I just finished. It was very good.
Oh, good.
And then Annie says for me, yes, all the characters are adulting now, and the Cinderella feel of their romance is not there so much. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Just like real life.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, in a way, it's kind of interesting to see. Oh, well, you know, they would probably be like any other married couple whenever they've been married for like, you know, so many years. But at the same time, it's like, oh, these are my characters I liked in the book. And it's like,
Right?
Jesse says I started a reread of one of Barbara Michael's books. Brought 3 at our library. Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
And if I'm right, I believe somebody told me Barbara Michaels is also Elizabeth Peters. So, who does was it Amelia Peabody?
Mm.
Yep. Amelia Peabody.
And Mel Max says the trivia will be a combo, some Agatha Christie questions, but most will be about cozy mysteries. That's why I
Yay.
Tiffany, you haven't read any Agatha Christie. I'm very surprised. My reading project this year has been a year of Christie, so I can read more of her books, which I love.
Are you going to do a favorites at the end of the year? That'd be a fun video.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah, he needs to. Mel Max says, and some questions will be multiple choice, some will be true or false, and some will be straight up answers.
Okay.
She's in charge of that because it was her idea. She's in charge. Sonia with
Max, thanks for putting that all together. That's pretty fun. That sounds really fun. That's awesome. Thank you.
I started last night. I'm 25%. I'm very much enjoying it. The narrator is the same person who does the misfortune narration, so I'm thrilled. Yeah, it helps if you have the narrator somebody that you actually really, really enjoy.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And Book Fan said reading Death on the Beach.
Excellent.
Oh, I have that one to read this month too.
Ooh.
Sonia said, I picked blackberries today and pureed them and made blackberry iced tea.
Ooh.
So, Santa mug tonight. Oh, okay.
Sounds delicious.
Reader Retreat says, hello, ladies in chat. I'm reading The Wasteland, the 3rd book in the Dark Tower series. Stephen King.
Awesome.
Nice.
Melmac said, all the teams will get the exact same questions in the same order and have the same time limit to keep things fair.
Oh, that's cool.
Perfect.
And Jessica Lynn says, I'm also reading a divination book for Magical Readathon. Very fascinating learning new magical techniques. I also got one on crystals and anthology or astrology. I think I'm ready for October already.
That is awesome.
Sounds like it. Courtney says, yes, Lee and Storm. Read the Natural series, then we can talk about it.
Yes, I added it on.
And Jessica Lynn said the Sonia sounds yummy, but I'm not a huge berry fan, but I love the idea of that. And then Sonia says, Tiff, did you get your peer pressure skills from Calico?
Learn from the very best. From the very best.
PK says, Lee, what's your favorite type of books to read? I'm hearing a lot of different things. Like I read across a lot of genres.
I do. Thrillers, cozy mysteries, romance, middle grade, celebrity biographies, a little bit of fantasy, minor sci-fi. Yeah, a lot of everything.
He likes
That's
to
it.
keep it fresh.
Yeah, middle grade.
Nice.
And Jen says, I'm only 12% into Dead of Winter, but is suspenseful from the beginning. I only read one other Darcy Coates, Full Cough Ghost, and I gave it 5 stars. I read, let's see, what it was, The Haunting of Ashbury House or something like that. But anyway, I could not stand the main character through the whole thing. I thought she was, no, she's supposed to be, I think she was supposed to be house sitting or doing something. And she's like nosing in their house and like there's a door that's locked. So she's trying to figure out how to get in it. And I'm like, mind your business. Mind your business. It's like, I don't get it. You know, then she accidentally unlocks like this whole thing that happens or whatever. I was like, well, that's what you get. See, mind your business.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
PK says Storm the Naturals is being strangely very, very popular right now on BookTube. I think I have it on the Audible library from a while back. Maybe it's time. Yeah. I think maybe it's getting a little traction since everybody's into maybe the Inheritance game.
Could be.
Oh.
That was very popular by her. So maybe they're going back and trying some other stuff.
Excellent point.
And Sonia says, Jessica, I love blackberries, but I can't eat them because of the seeds. Is delicious puree for both tea and lemonade. No, it's cool.
That sounds really good.
And Jen says, I love unsweet tea with blackberry at Sonic. Love the flavor, but hate the seeds, so I don't eat a lot of blackberry. Sonia says, I may or may not have just won an auction for the first 6 babysitter club in the...
Oh, wow.
Oh, and then found 3 more today at thrift stores. Who am I?
Fantastic.
That is awesome.
Nice.
And Dramani said, got to 75% in the Fable Volume 7. That's pretty cool. And Tony says, Sarah, I always think of ice cream for the good humor.
True.
Don't forget the thumbs up. Thank Pat.
Thank you.
Karen says, hi all, I'm very late, but I'm still reading The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Moss.
Which needs an abridged version.
See, there is an abridged version. And when I was reading it, I was like, man, maybe I should have read the abridged version instead of this big honking version. Like 54 hours on audio or something.
Oh, good Lord.
Wow.
And there's like parts of it that I really, really liked. And then there was parts of it that I was like, this is really slow. Can we just get to the good part? Can we get to the good part? So that's the stuff they probably took out.
Probably, yeah.
Sonia said to Jen, I think we may be the same person. I ordered exactly that at Sonic. I puree and strain, so there are no seeds, and it is absolutely delicious.
Wow, nice.
Nice. I was clicking on something, and then it went blank, and then I hate when it does that. And let's see. Oh, Sonia, I will be making blackberry lemonade tomorrow for sure.
Nice.
That sounds good.
And then Sonia said to Karen, I love Count of Monte Cristo. And she says, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I only have about 200 pages left.
Nice.
Nice, Karen.
Cool. Val said to Sonia, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Wait. It jumped on me. There we go. Val said, stop it. What is it doing? And okay, so Val said I made it to 50%. There we go. And then Jessica Lynn said to Sonia, I love lemonade, and that's exactly why I don't like berries as the seeds. Yeah. That says did not get much reading done in the sprint. Neighbors brought the peach and strawberry ice cream over in the freezer for tomorrow night. Sounds
when I show
That's
up.
a good reason to not read for a little bit.
because then you had to sample them, right?
Taste testing is a thing.
It's like, let's taste test that before it goes in the freezer. Amy got 15% done. That's cool.
Nice.
And Sandra, hi, said, putting my usual genre reading down for some out of my comfort zone tonight. I am about 13% into Harbinger by David Mack. It's Star Trek novelization for Garbakis.
Well done.
Awesome.
Sounds terrible, so it fits right along. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? I know you're only 13% in, but are you enjoying it?
Yeah, especially if it's outside your comfort zone. Are you enjoying that?
Absolutely.
66%. And good night, Kat. She said good night. Had fun hanging out. 25%. 78%. Sherry got 62%.
Sherry.
Got 33 pages. 260. 20 more pages. Cajun made it to 20% of flared stiff. That just sounds funny. Got a call during the last sprint that lasted until this one started. Oh,
Gotcha.
and Sonia said, didn't read what my niece came over to pick up her craft supplies before she leaves for college. She did bring me ice cream. Well, there you go.
Wow.
Well, that's a bonus.
It's a nice trade, right? School
Exactly.
supplies, craft supplies for ice cream.
Absolutely.
And OMG, I love Richard Simmons. I have the OG Sweat into the Oldies VHS. I have some of those, yeah.
Yes.
And Sonia says, I can hear Build Me Up, Buttercup. Yeah.
I have that song in my head.
And I see Richard Simmons doing the dance. Yep. I had 3 of the Sweat into the Oldies, but I can't remember about the headband. I could have sworn, I don't know, part of me thinks that he used to have a
I
sweat.
think he did.
I think he did because I'm picturing the hair, right?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
headband.
Yes.
He did.
Amy said, I did the Sweat into the Oldies VHS
Oh.
movies. He wore a white sweatband on his forehead in them. If I remember correctly. Yeah, that's why I was going to say a white. That sounds right, a white one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Azuk said, good evening, y'all. Got to complete 84% of my veggie salad for tomorrow. I'll do some reading after the salad is ready. Vivian Chin's New York Mysteries number.
Yay.
Nice.
Excellent choice.
And Jessica Lynn says, was finishing chapter. I love the super special with the pictures, and I like the note. I like note entries are really cool. Okay, note.
Yep.
Wait,
Agree.
you get further into them. Like I know for that one, I think it looks like they're like little postcard pictures.
Yeah.
But as you go further into the super specials, like they're full on like double page drawings of like photographs, if you will.
And he says, my book must be long as I only made it 1%. 1 more percent. Yeah. I hate that too. Whenever you're like, you feel like you've been flipping on your like reader or whatever it is, and you look down and it's like 1% still. And it's like,
Yeah.
You're like, that's it.
What the hell?
Well, and partly like because I have my like
up the
the font so big
same
that
thing,
like
man.
it went from like 200 pages to 3,000. So it's like you
Right.
do this, and you haven't even made a percentage, because
True.
but it's the
And,
you can't do that. So
Amy says, I'm going to get off now. Thanks for the sprint, ladies. Good night, everybody. Good night. Amy. And Bev read 2 chapters. And Mel Max at it again. Said, my finger accidentally deleted someone's comment. So whoever it was, I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Melmac accidentally.
We have
deleted
YouTube
something.
Gate all over
At least
again.
She didn't, at least you didn't accidentally like knock somebody
Accidentally.
off of the deal. Like
I feel like this is karma because if anybody gave me a hard time about the Jane incident, I believe y'all know who it was.
Who?
Thank you, karma. Thank you.
Here you go, Sarah. Dawn says, I have that cross disc project as a work in progress too. I need to get back to.
I have
Nice.
fixed it.
Awesome.
I fixed it.
Yay.
Awesome, Sarah.
It was nice that
Sarah,
I had you guys here.
I made a big mistake like that, and I didn't have the patience to fix it and finish and give it away.
I'm too much of a perfectionist because it throws the count off for everything else that you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, no, I have to fix this. Yay.
And Frustrated Book Gal says, same, bought Deal a Mill and all this went into the oldies from QVC, I think a million years ago. Still have them too. Yeah, wow, QVC.
Love it.
Nice.
Nomax says, I think I put the comment back that I accidentally deleted.
I think I let Jane out of jail.
Yeah. And Sonia says, what? Sarah, are you a Canadian? Call the morgue. I'm dead.
Funny.
And Sonia said, confession, I've never seen Clueless either. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. Oh.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah.
That's the one funny thing my niece said. She goes, "He hasn't aged a day."
No,
I made that comment the other day to my dad when I seen him. I'm like, he looks the same as he was on Clueless.
My brother's like, he's a vampire.
And Cajun says, nothing can be bad if Alan Rickman is in it. Exactly.
There you go.
And Karen says, I agree. Sense and Sensibility movie is my favorite, and it also happens to be my favorite Austin. It's not technically my favorite Austin, but I do like the movie version. And Tiffany, that's a black heart, so I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
but we understand each other.
There you go.
Just going with it. See, I can make anything sound good. What I hear is Black Heart because
She's trying to match your shirt.
There you go.
it's nighttime, and so see.
There you go.
Give me enough time. I can spin it. I can spin it, Mac.
And Ginger said, Lee, I'm going Saturday to wrestling 2 hours from my house. The next Saturday, it will be 15 minutes from my house. So excited about the one near my house.
Oh, I bet. That's going to be really fun. You have to let us know how it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Danielle says, I only picked blackberries once. I didn't put on bug spray, and I really regretted it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, I bet.
We have blackberries growing around. And when I'm mowing, whenever they're getting ripe, it's like stop, pick.
Yeah, little treat for your
stop, pick.
That's funny.
Hi, Sarah Beth says, I wanted to get into nonfiction soon. I have a huge handful of actresses, and musicians, nonfiction books on my Kindle Paperwhite.
Oh, awesome.
Christy says, finished The Personal Assistant by Kimberly Bell. I am loving it, but ended up just liking it. Don't you hate it when that happens? Storyline's really good, though. Yes. Sometimes it's that little end part that, messes things up.
Mm-hmm.
Or makes it really good, like the one
Yes.
Sarah finished reading or whatever. So. And Sarah Beth says, I need something other than thriller, suspense, horror, lawyer type books. Cool. So when you say I had to see if the ice cream was good.
Ching.
There you go.
And Shannon said, almost finished with Christy's appointment with Dad.
Nice.
And Kay Simmons says, hi, hope everyone is well. Joined earlier, but I was having dinner and watching the show with my boys. I finished another book today and started another. Oh, that's cool.
Wow,
Nice. Well
Jay,
done.
amazing.
And Cajun says, wait, I thought Tiffany put Stephanie in YouTube jail and Mel Mac put Jane in YouTube jail.
No,
Both of those are Tiffany.
both of those are
Mel-
me.
Mel Mac
that's-
put
it's
Rosie.
different. That is different because I don't know. Just because it was. It was. Yeah.
She said, Tiffany, I didn't block anyone. I just deleted their comment, and I think I got it back.
Well, aren't we fancy?
Right?
Hey, you know what? It turned out it was a positive experience because Jane learned a lot in YouTube jail, and she has
Yeah.
She
shared
got
it
those
with us.
awesome tattoos and learned how to knit
There you go.
and speed read.
I was about to say it's speed read.
All in 5 minutes, because I think you're kicked off for 5
Yes.
minutes.
It was an incredible experience, Mel Maxey. So
One of the really big positives about not seeing a bunch of bots lately or whatever it is, nobody gets to have to spend time in YouTube jail because they accidentally got bopped off there.
That's right.
see, there wasn't even thank you, Storm. There wasn't even any bots for you to accidentally get rid of a comment. That's why I don't know if it was accidental, if you know what I mean.
Sonia says, I've seen many Austins. I love Colin Firth P and P site. Yes, that's my favorite. That one, and then the original, like the 1940s version with Laurence Olivier as Mr. Dog. I like that one. It's black and white. But it's the first one I ever seen after I read them.
Yeah.
So. Sherry said, actually, Cajun Alan Rickman is the only good thing about Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Movie was garbage.
And Moac says, the heart was red in my screen. I don't know why they showed black
Aw.
hearts on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Melmac. Oh, see, she was giving me a real heart, y'all.
Sonia said, it's raining, so no bugs, no sunburn, no heat. It was fabulous.
Mm.
And Case says, I like the soundtracks of Robin Hood. Yes. And Cajun says, you put someone in YouTube jail. I thought I remember it was a slip on your phone, or it was that Richard Simmons. Well, Cajun's getting sassy in the comments.
Yeah. That was funny, Cajun.
Love it.
Hayden said so true to Sherry, and Sherry says, "Okay, you're right. Love the Bryan Adams music, yes." And then Elle says, "I got bit by a lot of chiggers and decided blackberries weren't worthy." Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sonia says, "I sort of feel like my bestie is being picked on."
I know. I need help. Because I do nothing in return. Absolutely nothing.
Tiffany has a longer list of casualties than I do. Well, that's true.
True fact right there.
And she seems to want to deflect what she did. Yes. Cajun says, "Don't say the B word. They'll be back. Go turn around."
No, it's like Beetlejuice. You just can't say it 3 times in a row.
Right.
Well, Max said, Cajun, I put Rosie in YouTube jail during storm sprints.
Right.
I remember it was storms because I messaged her for help during the break and she ratted me out. I did.
Funny.
Gabe says, like the older version of Austin too, although Colin Firth is perfect, Mr. Darcy, yes. Although I will say I was very disappointed when I watched it on, I think it was Acorn TV or whatever it is, and like they took out like the lake scene, like pond where he comes up out of the water.
It was the abridged version.
That was the abridged version for sure.
When I met
of all things for them to cut out. No.
I know.
When I met Steve Donahue, we got talking about something, and there was a romance novel cover I have. It's one of Eloisa James's books, I think, and that's that's what the cover looks like. Is this guy, wet shirt walking out? Steve goes, just like my favorite classic Austen work.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, it's like that, like may or may not have ever happened in the book, but that doesn't mean it can't be.
But you have to think to yourself, is this what Jane had in her head when she was writing this, right? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think I had read something somewhere that like the Jane Austen Society or whatever it is was unhappy with it or whatever, and I think that's why they took it out, maybe.
Oh, blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it says it was on Hulu for a long time. It could have been Hulu where I seen. I know I seen it somewhere. I just know that I was watching that whole like lake park and it wasn't there.
Like, did I miss something?
It's like rewind. What happened? Wait, what happened? Sonia says, I don't know about Jane, but I wasn't mad. It said I had the lake scene. Well, it didn't whenever I was on it. It's the longest version though, because it was like the, I don't know, what is it, BBC miniseries, so it's the longest version.
Oh, okay.
Kay says it's still on Hulu.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have to go watch it. Yeah. I just like it, Colin Firth and his broodiness. He does that really well in the corner. He did not look good humored.
No. That's funny.
Okay, so we're like at the end of the comments and everything, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up and everything. So thank you everybody Oh, she's gonna go check out the lake scene is still there.
There you go. There you go.
Report back next sprints.
There you go.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know next time if it's still there. And everything. And we will see you. When is the next one? Saturday?
Saturday
doing
for me,
that?
yes. But PK's got them going.
Alternately.
She has them going all through the week. So I don't know when she does them though. Is she doing them at night? She does them in the morning, but is she doing them at night too?
She does them in the morning for like 25 minutes, and then at night, I believe she does them starting 8 Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what night?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I don't say. I think any night we're not doing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, and I always try to put in the Discord, but Ellie Alexander has a live on her channel at 8:30.
Yeah, and I was like, this month, if you can't find a live, something is wrong because the amazing readathon people, all their people are doing sprints like all the time. The romance.
I know, I'm
readathon
subscribed,
are
and like
doing-
all I'm seeing are reading sprints. I'm like, holy cow, people.
They are sprinting at all different times, and they got like some people from Germany and all these things, so they're sprinting early.
It's very
morning,
cool.
night, and all that kind of good stuff.
It's very
Yeah.
cool.
I know I'll get notifications during the day at work. I'm like, and then I realized, oh, well, it's not necessarily this time everywhere, Tiffany.
Correct.
So, but it's just like, anyways.
And that's your time, right, PK?
Yes,
Yeah,
which
it's-
is Montana time, Mountain time.
The mountain time. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So thanks for being here and everything, and we'll just go ahead and get off here. So bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Storm. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.